Yeah, then hit this on.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
You text me then I'll text you back.
Text me then I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243.
Yep.
205-964-5243. You know.
Yo, we're taking the daily look for the Flippinar look on Thursdays. Welcome to show 184. Me and AP are here. Reniki is not here tonight, but I'm sure she'll be back next week. So we're here to answer your questions about wholesaling real estate. Cash and credit does not matter. That's the whole purpose of it. So it's really just real estate investing in general. But we talk about making this bread. You see on the screen, if you're on YouTube, Facebook, I don't know, Twitter, whatever, a Periscope, got a promotion going on. We call it the STIMMY, Flipman STIMMY. Five people are gonna have a chance to win $1,000 each. So a total of $5,000 to be given away. So I decided how we do this. What do you think about this, A? Well, basically give $1,000 away. Okay. Every Flippinar for the next 5 weeks.
Oh, that's nice.
That's good?
That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
One a week.
Yeah, one a week.
Can't win twice.
Can't win twice.
Okay. Gotcha.
But somebody you know could.
Somebody you know could.
Your husband, wife, whatever.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so all you have to do is, if you haven't already, some of you have already done it, text the word STIMMY, STIMMY, to 205-964-5243. If you're on Instagram and TikTok, you can see it up here. So text the word STIMMY to 205-964-5243. And you're entered. Now, ideally, we would like for you to also, number one, like this on all platforms, wherever you are, especially on YouTube. It goes into your library. You can access any of this free game that I give out through your library and the like videos. And, if you want to join me live to answer your question, get pushed to the front of the line, just text the word Gator to the 205-964-5243, and we'll put you on the actual live stream where you can ask your question. All right, but so like this, and remember, what's today's title? Oh, today's title is the STIMMY. We're giving away this bread. Then the STIMMY is to jumpstart your business, your wholesale business. And you can do whatever you want to with it. I can't control that.
Well,
but that's
an LLC.
You can do a lot of things with $1,000 in this business. Bandit signs, start your LLC. You can do some cold calling, some text message. You can do a combination of things with $1,000. It can really springboard, throw some fire on you getting that first check. Right?
Can I enter?
Oh, yeah, you can enter.
Okay.
Yeah. 205-964-5243. Text the word STIMMY, STIMMY. If you spell it wrong,
you're out.
If you don't get a reply back, either one or two things is happening. You spelled it wrong, or something's going on with your carriers. Most carriers, it's cool, or whatever. Some of them a little tricky, or whatever. But also at that number, if you want a copy of the contract that I've been using since 2003, text the word contract. If you want a script, you need to know how to talk to motivated sellers, text the word script. Trying to build a cash buyers list, text the word cash, right? If you're trying to, when you're driving for dollars, you want to know who owns that vacant house and so on, text the word vacant. Want to join the Flipman Facebook group, text the word group to the 205-964-5243. Probate leads. We're trying to generate probate lists. Text the word probate. What else we got? Text messaging. We want to do that the proper way. Text the word text to the number. And last but not least, CRM. Text CRM if you want a system to manage your leads, right? You need to be able to separate your banner sign leads from your cold calling leads, from your direct driving for dollar leads, your direct mail, your text messaging, ringless voicemail. You need to be able to separate all those leads and know what's working. All right, on top of that, what the CRM system would do, which it'll do a lot more, but I'm just gonna highlight the things that I really like and that are simple. You're able to communicate with sellers through text message, through ringless voicemail, through email, and through the click of a button. You can make a call to them through the CRM, which the calls are recorded, which is very important for you to go back. Sometimes you just need to listen to the tone of the conversation. You forgot something, or if you have a what do you call them? Oh, a VA or a partner making calls for you. You need to see if they're doing it right or if they're even doing it at all, right? And the recorded conversations will help you with that. Also, you can build a cash buyers pipeline where now you can, what I'm trying to say? Oh, you build a cash buyer pipeline where you can communicate with them through text message, send out a deal through a blast of text message, ringless voicemail, email, or you can actually call them. So boom, we got all that out of the way. Plus, if you want your deals comp them at comps101.com. That's comps101.com. We'll send you over a video and tell you what we think the ARV is. So again, we have the contest. We're going to give away $1,000 every Thursday for the next 5 weeks, right? And we're going to try to stay on that schedule. It might be off 1 or 2, but for the next 5 weeks. But how you enter, text the word STIMMY to 205-964-5243. Also, well, you're getting a lot of text.
Yes.
To the number, and don't keep them unread because I try to, the ones that act quick. Because some people are already in the system. All right, so what else we got?
They better spell STIMMY right.
You better spell it right.
Got 2 M's in it, y'all.
Some of y'all got to spell it right. STIMMY. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, all you got to do is just go over to my bio. The instructions are there also. So boom.
Boom. All right. That's
enough of that. I'm promoed out.
Yes, promoed out. Okay, guys. Free $1,000 is the best I got for you. It's up on the screen. Yeah. Again, if you want to join us live and ask your question, text Gator to that number 205-964-5243, and you will receive a link to join us live, and you can ask your question to the flip tonight. All right, so Instagram and TikTok people, I see you. Spell STIMMY, please. It ain't STE. Group R Goods. Come on now. STIMMY. But y'all can't see it, so I give y'all some.
Well, they can go to my bio though, and I have it spelled there. Right. STIMMY. STIMMY. Just like stimulus is spelled with STIM. Remove the rest of it. MY.
All right. Let's get into the Q&A part of tonight's show. I want to give some shout outs as I try to do. Flox 94-110. I see you, Ryan, Stephanie, Curious, Owens family, Omega McKinney, Katie Seward, Nick, Adam the God. I see you, Slick No More, and Brooke Thibodeau. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hey, post your questions. I'll ask them and Ty will answer them. As you notice, tonight we're doing a different platform. He's doing it the way he does it during the day. So let us know if you like or dislike.
It's better?
It's better.
Okay.
I think it's better.
Okay.
So let us know.
Well, we'll really see when Renika is on here. So you know how, what I'm saying.
Oh, because it'll be like a split screen.
But it's still fine. I should still be,
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. Okay. Flock says, I don't even want the money. I just want the courses.
Well,
take the money and then buy the courses. Put it towards. Put it towards.
Yeah.
Apply it to the courses. All right.
Well, look at it this way. What's his name?
Gosh, I moved.
I give all the information away for free on the YouTube, right?
Right.
You add 1,000 to that. What else can your boy do? Not that I'm getting 1,000 out of everybody, but you know what I'm saying.
I get it. It's enough. It's out there. It's putting it out there. Like,
got to be in it to win it. That's what they said at the lottery. That's the slogan, ain't it?
You can't win if you ain't in it.
Can't win if you ain't in it.
All right, so let's see here. Let's jump into our first question. That STIMMY would change my business. Look at that. I don't mind being first. Okay, there you go. Now, y'all, they talking about the STIMMY. They ain't even posting no questions. Post the questions, y'all. All right. So,
we got questions.
all right, they got questions about that STIMMY.
Yeah.
RFGOSG, and I think this is from Instagram, says, "Yo, Flip, how to wholesale a county land bank owned property?"
A county land bank owned property. Well, you need to understand what the process is for that county as far as purchasing, but it's probably going to be difficult because it's basically like a foreclosure in a sense or whatever. It's going to be difficult just to put it on the contract and flip it because they're going to control, if I may be wrong, but normally they're going to control too much of the actual closing process. You got to have the right type of buyer to do that. Basically a lazy buyer, as I call it. But Adrian, you got that figured out. You're just amazing. Just
Are you serious?
I tell you, I've been messing with them. I mess with them all the time. Y'all ain't came up with nothing better. Y'all are not going to believe the E will be gone. I don't know when it'll be gone, but soon. Adrian came up with something just brilliant. Just walked in here and just did it.
Fix.
Huh?
50-cent fix.
A 50-cent fix on the mic dilemma. Because people always, what is that you're holding? They always asking, what is that you're holding?
Yeah, I was wondering too.
Yeah.
The E. Easy. All right, so let's go into, let's see what this is. The infamous Lewis, thank you for joining us. No More Tension wants to know, what's the quickest way to get started with you? So, yeah. Literally all the questions are like, do you do 101? Can I partner with you? How do we get in touch with you? Come on. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Just go ahead and answer.
What movie that come from? Okay.
I don't know.
Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh my God.
That's Joe Pesci's role. Okay. But basically, I guess these are new people. I may be a little different on how I go about it, right? There are other people that teach this stuff. I'm not saying I'm better by no means. It's just I go about it differently. So all the information, everything you need to know is right on my YouTube channel, right? So you see all the content on TikTok, Instagram, a lot of silliness. Is the intent there? Well, how you describe me, Adrian, as a
Tech
person?
savvy.
No. Forget. I'm talking about just me as a person. Just
generous, kind.
No, not that part. Not that part. Like,
what are you talking about?
Like what? Would you say I'm serious? Not serious? What?
Oh, you're humble. Humble is a good word.
Well, yeah, but I ain't mean that. I'm like, well, I'm just saying. They may have came from TikTok or something. There's a lot of silliness.
Oh, yeah.
That really ain't me.
It's not.
But I do like to laugh. So a lot of people are shocked because they've seen.
They think you're very outgoing and free spirited.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Conversationalist, and you're not.
Yeah, I'm not. So, but anyway, my point is that I give away all the information on my YouTube channel. If you haven't heard me say that, like literally. And so, yes, I do offer courses. Yes, I do offer step-by-step coaching from me directly, or whether that is an option. But I try to steer people to the free information because many people have taken advantage of that versus paying me anything or whatever. So I'm not going to turn out a month because I'm an entrepreneur or whatever, and I put a price on it that's worth my time or whatever. So I do offer it. If you want to know actual pricing, just text me. I'll tell you because it changes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to put it out there. I used to do that. And people say, well, you said, that may have been 6 years ago, But anyway, but yeah, I do offer it. But again, really everything you need to know is on my YouTube channel. More than 600 videos there. That's me spilling my guts since 2008 about this thing called wholesaling. Literally everything you need to know is there. Not saying you're going to have to watch all 600 videos or whatever. Some people may only have to watch 30 and they got it. It's just going to depend on the person or whatever. So.
All right. Andrea Love, hello from Houston. Anye, good afternoon. Nick
What
Tater,
up,
Seward, Katie Till, Jarrell, Cairo. I'm just going to say hey until I get to a question. Carmen, Tori, Lanice, Darius, Tracy, Derek. Oh, yep. You know how to pull them. All right. Derek says, what's up? T Busy, Charlie. Ooh, come on. I'm literally going through all these to go. S. Benny, like the video, y'all. I already text your number, bruh. Left LMAO for real though. Okay. Eric, what's up? Ooh, question. Sandra, thanks time trying to do this free. It's taking a long time, but $1,000. Y'all ain't got to put a comment about what you're gonna do with $1,000. just text it, okay? Clarencia, here Hudson with the question. There we go.
Claire.
Is it?
Old
really?
team member. Yeah, Claire. Yeah.
Oh, well, hello.
Yeah.
When sending text messages out on batch leads, if the seller decides to call you back instead of texting, how would you handle that?
Oh, that's what you want.
Oh, that's a plus.
Assuming they call you not to cuss you out, but assuming they want to talk on the phone, that's really where you're trying to get to. That's like the goal is to get them on the phone. Even though some people are more comfortable, actually do the entire deal through text message outside of when you have to see them. But as far as communication, they may do the entire deal through text message. But ideal is you're trying to get them on the phone so you can like cut through all that and get right to it.
All right. Charles Lee has the next question. This is from Facebook. Hi, Flipman. Is it a good idea to do a sub 2 on anyone's first deal?
If you know what you're doing, and if that's your end game, to hold properties or whatever, or you can set up the terms and wholesale them out. So that's going to be up to you.
All right, spirituality. Thank you. You say you love the videos and the info. You're most welcome. Let's see here. All right, Samuel has a question. I haven't seen this one. This is good. What is your advice on self-storage units?
Well, it depends on what your end game is. Are you trying to buy and hold? They can be it could be very lucrative. Or if you're trying to wholesale them, they'll be very easy to wholesale if you get a decent deal on them. So most definitely, that's one of my targets.
All right. Sheena says she just got her LLC. Thank you
Boom,
for
that's
telling
what's
us.
up.
Congratulations. Okay. So Darius Hammonds has a question for us. What price ranges do I look for when searching for properties 30K, 50K, 100K? And do I look for sale by owners and foreclosure listings on real estate sites? So the real estate sites you normally tell us are low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Post it on there. I mean, put them up if you can, just for a little while, for a second. Okay.
I gotta read it.
Well, sometimes you know what I'm saying? So it is hard to give me. Well, the price range, that's going to depend on your market, man. It's just so hard to say that. Because $30,000 and $40,000 and $50,000 neighborhoods in some markets really don't exist. So you're looking just for deals, period. Now, ideally, what you can do, and I got a TikTok video that's going to probably come out tomorrow, but I already have a video on it on hot zip codes. If you go to YouTube and do a search for Flipman hot zip codes, that video will explain it to you. But basically, you're just looking where is the activity? Where are the properties that have sold in the most properties that have sold in the last the last 3 months to 6 months. You may want to go out further, but I normally like to stay within 3 months. And you can do it manually through, number one, determining the zip codes for your market. I say I'm doing a video on TikTok to sort of break it down, or we just got to edit it. But you can do a search on Google for Metro, whatever the name of the city, but use an example, Metro Birmingham, Alabama zip codes, best places. And then you scroll down, look for the link, bestplaces.net, and the name of the city that you search for is going to pull up all those zip codes in that metro area. Then you go over to Redfin, put in one zip code, right? Well, you're going to create a Google spreadsheet. One of the columns is going to be zip codes. The other column is going to be number of sold. So then you put in the first zip code and you do a search. You do the filter. You go up to property type, select houses only. And then you go over to more filters and unselect for sale. It'll automatically switch over to sold. And then it's automatically defaulted at 3 months. If that's what you want to go hit done, it's going to tell you how many houses have sold in that zip code over the last 90 days, 3 months or whatever. You go to your spreadsheet, put in that number, go to the next zip code. Now that's a tedious process. And if you don't want to do it, probably want to take you about an hour for most markets, no more than 2. You can do it, or you can pay someone off Fiverr, data entry, do a search, pick someone. They'll probably do it for $5 to maybe $20. Boom. And then once you have the list filled out, you'll see where the activity is at. That's the places you'll need to market, because that's where the transactions will happen, which means that's where cash buyers will be also.
All right. A-Rob's View wants to know, how do I find a MAO price? So why don't we start first by saying what MAO is? Well,
it stands for maximum allowable offer. Basically, what's the max amount you can pay for the house? Now, the way I do it, and my calculator on dealyourlater.com on my website, which you can see up here on the board, dealyourlater.com, I have a free calculator that breaks all of that down, but that's what it means. So you have the ARV times 70% minus repairs gives you the MAO, maximum allowable offer. I take it a step further because you want to know how much you can probably negotiate, how much you need to get in a contract with the seller. So if you want to make 10,000 on a deal, you can input that, then it'll tell you, it'll be in a blue column, blue row, and it'll give you that number. You need to be at that number or less when you make your offer to the seller. The black number, which is the MAO, that's where you can market it back out at that price normally. So I know that doesn't make sense. If you go to YouTube, do a search for Flipman free calculator, or you can text me just the word calculator, and I'll send you over that video. Text it on the 205-964-5243.
Okay. This is another question from Instagram from Worldwide Neff. They state, I have my first contract signed and I have someone that wants to buy now. The owner, however, doesn't want to close until July. Should I wait and do it on my own to make more money, or do I sell to them to be safe? So
Sell to who?
Hey, wait, I just
He just said that he didn't say anything about a buyer, right?
He said he does have someone that wants to buy now, but the seller wants to wait.
Well, yeah, you can't do anything until the seller wants to close.
And they don't want to close
But
until
I would
July.
just go ahead and put it on the contract for that time frame that they wants to close. You just have a buyer locked in and start working on another deal.
All
But you
right.
should be doing always.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
There
don't
you
have
have it.
MAPCO in Birmingham. You know that?
Really?
We don't have a MAPCO in Birmingham.
Huh.
That's interesting, ain't it?
Yeah, they got the best. Well, it depends on which one. Got the best ice. Okay.
Y'all
If you
got
ever want to know
multiples.
what good ice,
Y'all have
where to
multiple
find it, I
down there.
got you. Huh?
Y'all have multiple down there, or just the
Multiple.
one in, okay.
No,
all right.
it's multiples.
I don't think, when I think about it, Northport.
Okay, guys, just to reiterate, if you want to get your questions asked first and live with Ty the Flipman, text the word Gator, Gator, to the number 205-964-5243. Again, 205-964-5243. I repeat it because I know YouTube and Facebook, you see the ticker going across the screen, but Instagram, TikTok, Periscope, I know that you don't. So text that and join us. Tico Blaine is the next question we're going to take. And how do you recommend wholesaling a home that is tenant occupied and the owner doesn't want to disturb or show the home anymore?
Whew, well, you got to get a owner don't want to disturb tenant price, because now you're asking someone to buy it sight unseen, right?
Right.
And then it factors in how good of a tenant are they? Are they paying market rent? All that stuff will factor in. If they're not paying market rent, they're not a good tenant. Gonna have to get it even cheaper. Because now again, you're gonna have to negotiate a price of buying that property that is a problem that you can't see, but you got it so cheap, you still can make money. And that's basically where you have to talk to them. Okay, well, I can't see it. Go inside it anymore or whatever. You know, I need my capital partners or contractors in. You know, I got to get a price, a sight unseen price.
All right. Guys, someone mentioned earlier about keeping track of their leads. If you need a CRM to close more deals, you can text CRM to that same number that we mentioned earlier, guys. Pretty much text anything to that number, you'll get a response and lead you in the correct direction.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yep. So this is Instagram again. It's last attempt. Says, I feel like I need an LLC. Sellers are asking what company I work for and why I am putting my name on the contract and not the LLC. So I'm going to say, what sellers you dealing with is asking you that?
Yeah, and if they do,
Yeah,
just normal people buy real estate as investors. It ain't the most wise thing to do, but tons of people own multiple properties in their name. Just say, hey, I'm just Joe, whatever your name is, just Joe the investor. You know, I'm not that sophisticated. I just buy a few properties a year, and they're in my name. You know, that's it. You don't have to be a company to buy a piece of real estate. Trust me, you don't need but one deal. You can establish your own LLC. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be a common thing, like she said, especially when they're motivated to sell. Most of those people asking those questions, they're not motivated to sell anyway. You know, not all, but most. It's just not a question that people that want to get rid of a real piece of real estate cheap, they just don't ask that.
All right. Drea Love, the calculator, you say you don't see it, is on dealulator.com. If you
Yep.
go to dealulator.com,
And just select the tab that says calculator.
calculator. Yeah, it's basically so you can see whether you
Just
have a deal
text
or
me.
not.
I'll gladly send you the link.
Text that too. Okay. I see you guys are rolling in with these STIMMY texts. Oh, whew, y'all ready for that money? Get that bag.
Let's get it, man. All right, It's
Okay.
gonna be so exciting next Thursday. We got a whole week to work on it.
Ooh, all right. Trip It Blessing says, hello, Flip Crew. Hope all is well. Can you tell me more on how you would determine the calculator pricing you have on Dealulator? For example, what's a good percentage to start with?
70% works in most markets when you're going to use repairs as part of the formula. The only markets it really doesn't probably work in or won't work in, maybe Southern California, maybe the Bay Area, New York City, maybe South Florida, or whatever. Everywhere else, pretty much that 70% will roll or whatever. So,
All right. Miss Detroit says, hi, Ty.
What's
This
happening?
is Candace from Houston, but her name is Miss Detroit.
what's going on? Well, whatever. Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
What answering service do you use?
I hate to put them out there. Just text me because I'm one of those people. I got them the way I want them to get. It took a minute, but I just ain't gonna. Just text me and I'll send you. No, I ain't gonna get them no free pub, but I'll text you what I use or whatever.
All right. I hope you copied that. Miss Detroit from Houston. Let's see here. Miss Jennifer Nicole has a question about PropStream, aka Dealulator, or Dealulator, aka PropStream. Are you able to send out mailers?
Yeah, you can do that now.
Okay.
Mainly through the app though, but it's not for mass mailings. It's just spot here when you're driving for dollars. You can send out mailers that way or whatever. If you're trying to do mass mailings, then there's another option for that. Just mail to flip.com, just like you see the text to flip.com on my shirt, mail to flip.com.
Hey, the infamous Lewis, the link that you're talking about to join us, text Gator to 205-964-5243, and you'll receive the link to join us live. Also, South Florida, you want to know if there's any wholesalers in South Florida? I highly suggest that you join the Wholesaling Real Estate with Flipmen Facebook group.
Just text the
And
word.
there's tons of people in there. I'm surely in your area. You can also just text group to that same number. Again, guys, text it to the number. You'll probably get a response with what you're looking for.
Oh, you're gonna get a response.
You're gonna get a
Get a
response.
response.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
This is a good question. This is from Tila M. When doing comps, is a 1-story with a basement the same as a 2-story with no basement?
Well, what you're gonna always try to look for is like properties. If that doesn't exist, then you go to nearest and best, right?
Right.
So that's the answer.
But you got to think a 2-story, second story is a livable space.
Yeah.
A basement isn't necessarily finished. And if it's not finished, it's not a livable space.
Well, yeah, I said, but
So
so
that's
you're
not-
looking for likes to likes.
Yeah, that's
If
not
that
like
doesn't
like-
exist, but the
Right.
square footage is close, then you go with, what's the nearest and best.
Okay. I got you. All right. So Chai Group LLC says, hey, yeah, I hope I said it enough to stress that. Can I subject to properties with reverse mortgages?
Yeah, it's still just a mortgage. But when they die, it's going to kick in the reverse mortgage. So it's not probably wise to do that or whatever, unless you got a exit strategy that's fairly quick or whatever. But yeah, you still can do it.
All right. Teddy, thank you for joining us. I see you in the chat. You have somebody valedictorian that would like to join us?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Well, actually, I don't see you. Make sure you activate your video and your sound. Once I see your picture there,
Meaning
valedictorian,
they just graduate high school?
could be, or
Oh, that's their
college.
name?
No, that's their name. Oh,
Okay.
they fell out. Never mind.
All right.
Okay. Hey guys, as soon as I send you back on, I will bring you on live. All right, let's see here. Liz Mocasso, don't type Gator right there. Send Gator to the number. Oh, there's valedictorian. Here we go, guys.
Yeah, I'm a little older, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Hey.
that's
What's going
Oh,
on? I'm a little older. I ain't from high school, you know.
Oh, that's your name? Or that's
that's my rap name I go by.
That was your
Yeah,
rank in high school.
That was
no. It's just it's my rap name. It's the one I have through TikTok. Through TikTok.
okay.
Uh,
TikTok influencer. There you go.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. I just got onto your videos early today and went through the YouTube. My question was just, is there a particular order to watch the video? Because I'm a student, man. I'm trying to learn everything. I didn't know if there's a particular order.
Well, I have a list of videos. There's no particular order of those videos, but we don't say this enough. If you go over to, I got 1,000 websites, man. If you go over to Flippinars.com, it's spelled like flipping, remove the G, add an AR.
AR, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remove the G, add an AR. Flippinar, like seminar, webinar, Flippinar. You get it? All right. If you go there, someone took the time out to create a playlist based on my topics of videos. If you go to Flippinars.com, you can access all of those playlists at that site. Yeah. So if you go there, and like I said, I don't say it enough. I should, because they took the time out. It was brilliant to do that or whatever. So, what's your TikTok handle?
It's at Valedictorian 765 from Marion, Indiana.
Yeah, do this. You on Instagram too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, DM me on Instagram. DM me. I'll miss it on TikTok. You send me a message, but DM me on Instagram your handles. I want to check you out.
All right, man. Most def, will do.
Oh, appreciate it, man. And also, you rap on your TikToks?
Yeah, I got 3 albums out, man. I'm just just getting on.
Also, you produce.
We're doing all rap. I got a producer. It's just we building a label.
Okay, I got you.
But I gotta get this capital up, so I'm ready to dive in.
All right, that's what's up, my man. That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, valedictorian. Good luck on that, and we'll see
I'm
you
loving
on your
that.
next deal.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right.
Sir, thank you.
Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
You too.
And you too can join us just like he did by
Who's
texting
next?
Gator. Right. Who's up? Who's next? Who's coming?
Next?
All right. Marcus Persley, really? I'm gonna say really. I'm gonna read the question. Do you prefer deal machine over prop stream?
All right. That's a good question. I like those questions. That's okay. Deal later, aka prop stream. Guess why I say that? Because I'm partnered with them, right?
Right.
So that's just like
You
deal
ask them
machine.
Coke if they like Coke.
Deal machine is Burger King, and you just ask me as a McDonald's franchise owner, do I like Burger King over McDonald's? Whether the answer is Burger King or not, I'm saying McDonald's. But really, prop stream is better. So if you want the 5-day free trial, learn how to use it, go to deallater.com, and I have videos there to show you how I use it. I have a video titled Top 10 Ways to Use Best Real Estate Tool in the Game.
All right, there you have it. I wasn't laughing. I was just, it was funny because I knew the answer.
Figured out the mic.
I knew the answer was that was coming. I'm like, really?
You just don't know, man.
Y'all been holding it like this.
Yeah, they just been holding it just like this.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You always find an easy way.
I know that.
Convenience is why businesses thrive.
Oh, yeah.
You find an easier way to. You know what? I just.
The way you become one of the ways you become a millionaire
How so?
is find a problem.
Yes, and
solve it.
Yeah.
That's it.
As cheap as possible.
And as cheap as possible. That the masses will buy it.
Solve the problem.
Yeah.
So I can sell this to you for how much?
50 cents. Just like you said, that was the price. You said the price was 50 cents.
No. We talking about wholesaling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not what you figured out. Okay.
Oh, I forgot I had the promo 1,000 in my pocket back here.
Oh, you ain't doing no money on us. We ain't doing that now. We ain't doing
I did that yesterday.
We ain't doing no money fans. Come on now. All right. Okay, let's jump back into these questions here. C. Bailey, you have a good question. It's asked often. Is if you are wholesaling, what type of LLC do you need to set up and how should it be structured? So anytime you ask questions like that, we're going to direct you preferably
to a CPA. I just have a single member, but I don't know if that's the best option because I set it up really without a CPA, so or whatever.
Okay, Solomon, and this is from
Instagram.
Sole proprietorship.
Sole proprietor. Say it again.
Sole proprietorship.
Yeah, that's it.
That word. Yeah, that
That
thing.
word.
SP. Flipman, thanks for serving us with this knowledge. Man, I pray you continue to share and free us all from the W-2.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Start handing out 1099s.
Put the STIMMY banner back up, please.
I got this.
All right.
I got this. It's coming. Okay. So Muriel wants to know how much difference does one bedroom make in regards to price?
A little bit or whatever. It's more based on square footage or whatever. It will make a difference somewhat. And then a lot of it is just the attractiveness of the house. One more extra bedroom makes it more attractive to probably a larger group of buyers, potential buyers or whatever. So,
All right.
but more based on square footage.
All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Sandra Carazales. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Forgive me if I didn't. If the owner owes some mortgage and or no mortgage and they don't have equity, is it still a good deal?
Okay. Before I answer that, make sure, again, for people that just joined us, we have a promo going on. You can win $1,000. We're going to give that to 5 people, not splitting $1,000.
Over the next 5 weeks.
Each person is going to have an opportunity to win $1,000. So that's 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So 5,000 total. All right, and we're going to give that away. We made the decision on the Thursday night shows or whatever. So over the next 5 weeks. So in order to get in it, to win it, you text the word STIMMY, STIMMY, to 205-964-5243. So text the number, you're in it, you get into the contest.
Boy, y'all texting cash, money, $1,000. That is not.
That's not what I'm saying here. Text STIMMY to the number. Okay, but what's our question again? I'm sorry.
Okay. The question was, if the owner owes some mortgage and or no mortgage, but yet they don't have equity, is it still a good deal? Creative financing?
Well, let's just say for a cash wholesale deal, no. But if they're willing to work with you on some terms with some form of owner financing, maybe a subject to, maybe a lease option or whatever, then yeah, it could be an opportunity, assuming that the property, what they owe, will allow it to cash flow and or the payment is not too high. You can just basically wholesale out those terms if you don't want to stay in the deal. So it still could be. It just depends on how motivated the seller is and what the existing loan balance and monthly payment is. So,
all right, no more tension.
Along with our ARV and condition. So go ahead.
No more tension. You said you sent a request to be in the live video. You should receive soon a link to join us.
And I should have added that to Flippinars.com like I normally do.
Yeah.
Where they can access it there or whatever.
They got a cell phone in their hand, I'm sure.
Everybody ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? Most people are. Most people are not getting responses back.
Ain't.
But you refreshing it. I'm sorry.
I am. I is, boss. I got this.
I know you're getting probably a lot of texts though. So
yeah, that's why I'm having to refresh and go back in. Okay, so the Victory says, how's it going, Flip family? Hope y'all are having a great day. Thank you. I found this house that's burnt down, but the property tax owed is over $30,000. Should I pursue or move on?
Well, it still boils down to what is the ARV? And he says burnt down, meaning that you can't renovate it. Then it boils down to, hey, is it just a lot that you're buying? What's the ARV in that neighborhood? You know, it's just gonna boil down to that. Still boils down to ARV, repairs, price.
Numbers making sense.
Yes.
Numbers got to make sense. Okay. So Brooke Thibodeau, thank you for joining us. What's the timeline like after you find a lead? You love the way I read it exactly the right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's the timeline like after you find a lead? Like how long do you build rapport before making an offer? And then usually what's a good range time you should make an offer after the cold call lead?
Well, assuming the person, number one, talking to you about selling the property, and they want to sell. So now you're just fact finding, number of beds and baths, vacant or occupied, condition of the property and their condition. If you don't sell it, what would you do with it? Why would you consider selling? And then you pose the magic question to them in that same conversation. Paying all cash and closing quickly. What's the least amount you'll accept for it? As is. So you want to get to a price immediately. Again, once you ask them a series of those questions, you're building rapport, especially when you ask them, why are you considering selling? A lot of times people open up. Sometimes they won't or whatever. When you get into the condition of the property, a lot of times they'll go over the history of the property, ask them the age of the roof, how is it heated and cooled, the age of that unit, and so on. It gets them to open up or whatever, and do more listening than talking.
All right, there you go. Lanice says, what does Lanice say? Flip was one of the first I ran across dropping free gems. Well, Lanice, Ty is also dropping free books.
Money.
Free money.
Hey.
Money. What?
I guess both of them sent money. What's the man's name? Oh, Trump and what's the other dude?
Biden.
They ain't the only one to get out this STIMMY.
Oh, okay. That was Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe with the STIMMY. He didn't say.
Hey, they don't want to drop their STIMMY.
Okay.
I just can't do the whole country. I'm limited.
That's a bit much.
Your boy very limited. He ain't got the war chest of the U.S. government behind him.
They ain't got it either. Borrowed, but I take it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So Teddy Romulus has a question about doing wholesaling in New York. We talk about Chicago and what is it, Kansas? Is New York somewhere where you need an attorney to do wholesaling?
Well, New York is an attorney state, and so I think the seller and the buyer have to have attorneys, but that's no big deal or whatever. Okay. Finding a great deal is the first part of it, but you just simply need to understand the landscape of how to actually execute the deal through a closing in that process. But it's no big deal. People wholesale in New York. I've talked to a flipper there, and the majority of his properties come from wholesalers. And they normally don't make, he said he normally doesn't pay them less than $25,000.
Okay.
What you laughing at, somebody?
I'm laughing at you. Sergio wants to know, do you read books? And if so, what would you recommend reading?
Oh, you laughing because you know. Okay.
Because you just the books up.
Even though I got a TikTok on some suggested books, I know what to read. But see, with me,
everybody learns differently.
People learn differently.
Correct.
Right? And so it's easy for someone just to tell me how to do something, right? And I just go do it. That's YouTube is just unbelievable to me because I can just sit there and just learn stuff. I don't care what it is. I wanted one of the channels that I'm hooked on right now. I don't know if it's CNBC, but it's one of their offspring, and it just tell you stuff. Why are gas stations everywhere? Something like that. One of the ones I was watching today, and most of the gas stations are owned by just mom and pop. Over 60% of the gas stations in this country are owned just by, the person that's the only one that they own. Over 60%.
Really, just a single station.
Just a single station.
Not a chain.
Yeah, but it's like 150,000 of them. Oh. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so I'm just saying people retain information differently. But a lot of people say, well, I'm a reader. I really I'm hands-on. Well, if those resources don't exist, if YouTube didn't exist, the internet exists, and the only way I could get this knowledge was through a book, I'll read the book. I'm not going to say I can't learn that way or whatever. No, I'll read the book because that's how bad I would want it or whatever. So to answer your question, I can't recommend. I've never heard anyone tell me, because I talked to a lot of people that say, oh, this book tells you everything. Most books are an upsell to something else, from my experience.
Correct.
Most. I have never heard anyone say, well, this book really tells you everything from A to Z. Whatever. Most times they'll upsell to something else.
Cedric Carazales has your next TikTok.
What?
says, that was awesome. Someone needs to do a meme. Trump and Biden are not the only ones who give out stimmies.
Brilliant. You might have just won $1,000, man. Brilliant. Hey, oh my God, that's brilliant. I love to hear some brilliant stuff. That is brilliant.
Oh, and Brooke says, Flip Man for president 2024.
Ooh, well, I got some, hey, y'all, hey, boy, the skeletons I got in my closet just, oh, that'd be terrible. I guess anybody can win, though.
Anybody can win. We've seen
Hey,
that.
well, it'd be terrible, man. It's
Okay.
terrible. Oh my God, my
Okay.
whole mama.
Don't do that.
Like my baby ain't did none of that stuff.
That meme with the side lip, like.
Hey, I gotta tell you, everything they say is true.
All right, so this is from Teddy. How would I approach a probate if the property is going to the estate and they do not have a beneficiary?
I'm not sure how that works because the state is not in the business of holding property. They will sell it or whatever. So you wouldn't be able to wholesale that property, right? Again, unless you had the right type of buyer, just gave some money, whatever to do it. But they have a process. The property can be purchased for sure or whatever. I've never dealt with those, so I really can't tell you. But I can just assume that it can be purchased. It just, once it gets to a stage where they're going to make it available to be purchased. So.
All right. So Crown Music Channel. Hey, Flip Man, I was looking to get an additional number for my bandit signs without using my personal number. What app do you suggest I use?
Well, there are a lot of third-party phone number services out there that you can forward your phone number to and text message on it, record calls. I use this service called Bumber.com. It's like the word number with an N, just replace the N as in Nancy with a V as in Victor. Bumber.com.
All right, there you have it. What does if I won mean?
If I won what? If I was
I'm
gone.
telling you, they responding with something, everything. Yeah, they being creative.
Oh, so again, if you're just joining us, we have this Flip Man STIMMY going on where we're going to give away $1,000 over the next 5 weeks to 5 different people. So that's 1,000 that week, 1,000 that week, 1,000 that week, 1,000 another 1,000. So to enter,
whoa, back it up. That was 1,000.
Well, 5.
Yeah, only 5.
To enter, text the number 205-964-5243. Text the word STIMMY. STIMMY as in yes.
All right, so Willie.
If you're on TikTok or Instagram, you can just go on my bio, and those instructions are there in my bio.
All right, Willie Booski, please teach me how to flip houses. Wow, you're in the right place.
Well, you're in the right place, man. I give it all away for whoever wants it. I give it all away right there on my YouTube channel. I give snippets on my TikToks and Instagrams, Twitter, whatever, but it's all at Facebook. It's all there on my YouTube channel for free.
All right, so Flipman, for my virtual business address, should I put my cell phone or use the number that forwards calls to me?
Well, that's what we were just talking about with the Bumber, with Bumber.com. It'll allow you to forward calls to you. The app is pretty good. They just updated it. It's pretty good, so you can manage multiple numbers. And the reason you want to use a service like, let me go in more detail on that. Because if you're doing the proper amount of marketing, you're going to be using multiple marketing techniques. You may be using bandit signs, direct mail, cold calling, text messaging, or whatever. So when you get those calls in, by having separate numbers, you can see what's working and what's not working. What's working, obviously, you want to do more of it. What's not working, you try to fix it, to improve it, or whatever. And that allows you to track your leads and the different methods that you're using to market. With a service like Bumber, there are others out there, but a service like Bumber, it allows you to do that. Along with the CRM that I offer through dealulated.com allows you to manage those different types of leads. So text the word CRM to the 205-964-5243.
All right, there you have it. So it's your girl, Angel,
What's up, Angel?
Did I
She's
miss
a regular.
my answer to my question? I'm not sure, Angel. I will scroll back up in just a minute and make sure I asked your question. The next question, well, a statement rather, is from B. Reynolds. I'm not getting many leads due to a competitive area. What do you suggest?
Well, B. Reynolds Sr., what are you doing to generate leads? If you could be a little bit more, what's the word? Specific?
Specific?
Yeah, on what you're doing.
All right, so it's your girl, Angel. I found your question there. You wanted to know, is it necessary to have general liability insurance for your LLC?
Well, yeah, you want to insure, for sure.
Mhm. Locked In Home Solutions says, not a question, but I text Flipman almost every day, and he gives great advice. Mhm.
No, don't say that.
What's your number? We was in the block you.
Oh, don't say that, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah, just put in the chat box what your number is. Mhm.
Oh boy.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I don't even know what this is, but this is from Lua Sosa. It's not a question, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the TCPA new act.
I was supposed to interview a guy that's in that text messaging expertise, and we'll put that out tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, I don't know when it'll be next week sometime, but we'll have more on that in the coming few days.
Okay. Ellie Reincarnated wants to know, can I wholesale apartment buildings? I only see single family homes being wholesaled.
Yes, you can wholesale apartment building.
What's the difference?
The biggest difference is there you can't evaluate those the same way you do it as houses. It's done differently based on income mainly, size of the units, condition, rents collected. It's just different. But once you have a seller and buyer in place, it's the same. But analyzing and evaluating, knowing if you have an opportunity or not, is different. Also, it doesn't have to be as great of a deal as it does with a house. Also, in a lot of cases with multifamily, especially the larger the units, you open yourself up to potential buyers nationwide.
All right. So here's a question for you. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
This is from T, just says T. I'm curious to know, what's the difference between a real estate agent and a wholesaler?
Huge difference.
What is it?
One of them requires a license and the other one don't.
There you go.
Well, but really, an agent, just listen to the word agent, is representing. That means they're either representing someone that's looking to buy a house and or someone looking to sell a house. You're doing neither of those. Whenever you put a purchase and sales agreement on a property with a seller, you are actually saying you're going to buy the house. Now, where the money comes from really doesn't matter or whatever. So that right there separates you from being an agent. They are using a listing agreement to represent a seller or buyer. You're not doing that. You're saying I'm going to buy the house or whatever. So you've become a principal. You have a principal interest into the property for that time frame that you and the seller agreed to execute the transaction. In that time frame, if you find someone that wants to buy you out of the deal, aka a cash buyer, then that's where you get paid. That's why you're different than an agent, and you don't require a license because you're actually a buyer, an investor.
Okay. I'm mostly texting, but thinking of doing bandit signs. I have business cards also. I think that was B. Reynolds.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so continue to do the texting, add another layer as far as bandit signs, right? And I would also, on some of those texts, I would follow up with a lot of those through direct mail, maybe 50 of those a week or whatever you can afford. But I would send them to sellers in something like this. These are priority mail mailers with the U.S. Postal Service. This is $7.95 each. right? It's a little expensive, but you're not sending that many. So you're gonna think outside, but I definitely would do banding signs also.
All right, so this is from Ernest Polo. This is TikTok. A seller needed to sell really fast. In that situation, how do you keep them patient without overpromising?
Well, you're gonna experience that. You know, sometimes they just really want to sell fast. But you just gotta be firm. If they gave you 30 days, they gave you 30 days. If they gave you 45, they gave you 45, right?
Right.
And you just have to keep reiterating that, hey, this is the process or whatever. And sometimes they come at you like that, say, now, hey, we have to make sure that this is a deal for us. You know, if we go through our due diligence period now, we can reduce the price and we can make this happen a lot faster. You know, but more so, you're going to keep reiterating, hey, you signed this contract saying you're going to give me this much time or whatever. So you're going to experience that. Some people are just going to be very impatient because a lot of times they really don't reveal what their real motivation is to sell, which is fine or whatever. So, but sometimes that's going to be the problem or the issue.
Okay, so Sam Savage wants to know, how do you get a buyer without the seller knowing that that's the real buyer?
What do you mean? It just depends. If they never meet, it's no issue, right?
Right.
And they won't meet until the closing. Everybody happy that day because everybody's going to get some money or opportunity to make some money or whatever. So, but if a situation where when you're showing the property, the seller won't give you access because they just won't give you a key, even if it's vacant or someone's living there, a renter, or if they're living there, then you have the conversation with your buyers, and that's why it's important to do video and pictures, mainly video, to give people an idea what the property is so they don't waste your time or whatever. Some still would do it, but it reduces that. But you make sure that buyer knows, hey, any negotiations, go through me. Anything else about the property history, I understand you may want to ask the seller directly or whatever. But this person is your capital partner on this deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right, so this is a question from Anya Bledsoe. So I know you told everyone before that you haven't worked a 9 to 5 in at least 15 years. What I would like to know is, how did you go about doing what you're doing? Doing what you were already, how did you go about doing that where you already getting deals? How did you go to getting deals consistently to not have to work a 9 to 5?
I was marketing. The same stuff I talk about. Generating daily leads. That's the name of the game.
Okay.
That's it.
Mr. Aronov wants to know, what contract do you need for finance agreements?
Well, if you're going to set up some owner financing where the seller is going to act as the bank, basically you're going to pay them directly for the property and payments, maybe with an initial down payment, maybe not. The actual purchase and sales agreement to initiate that transaction is still the same. You could just add an addendum or an exhibit A to spell out the terms. That's it. And then when you close on it, the title company or closing attorney know what to do, how to set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Saran,
Right. Hey, the less people who don't follow instructions gives you more of a chance to win that $1,000.
That's right.
So we're going to let them keep responding in this chat box. Because he said, I can enter too. Now, y'all know if I won it, I can't win. Why you say I can't win?
They would clown on me.
They would clown me. Adrian,
that's a scam. No paper already way to say it's a scam. It's a scam.
Fine, whatever. Charles Lee. Okay, y'all stuck on this realtors thing. Flipman, I was thinking about getting my realtor's license. Would this jeopardize me in the wholesale game?
No, it shouldn't. It's just like saying you can't invest as a real estate agent. They don't prevent you from buying rental properties, right?
Right.
Same thing with wholesaling.
But there are some.
There's some brokers because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
They think you actually are performing the same thing as a realtor, but you're not. I just broke it down. You're not.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
it appears to be the same. Water and a Coke are both liquids that you could drink, but they ain't the same. Now, even though water makes up, but you know what I'm saying? You get it. That was a bad analogy.
I got it.
Yeah, okay.
I got it. I'm just
Yeah, both of them are things you could consume in your body or whatever. One of them is a little more harmful than the other, depending on, you know. But anyway, by age you feel, I'm just amazed, man. You just don't understand.
Oh my gosh.
She figured out the mics. You might see this one more time, but I doubt it. Adrian
You're
figured
not
it
going
out.
to use this.
Huh?
You're not going to use this.
Oh, I'll use that. I'll figure something out. If I had to put some Christmas paper around.
No, you're gonna stick with the E. I got something better for you.
Okay.
Yeah, just give one more day.
Okay.
Do that tomorrow, and then Saturday I got you something better.
Oh well, you know, next Tuesday, you mean?
No, I'm gonna give it to you Saturday. So
Okay.
you'll have it for next Tuesday.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I say Saturday, but that's really Monday. So
Okay.
just go with that. All right. Nishley says, good evening. I would like to know what's the best approach when you see a sell by owner, aka FSBO home, and you would like to reach out to wholesale it for them?
Well, they already saying they want to sell it,
Good.
right? Hopefully, they're not advertising it online anywhere. That's not a deal breaker, but it makes it a little more difficult in most cases. So they already want to sell it. Now it's just all about you calling them and negotiating a deal that makes sense as a wholesale deal. That's it. That's probably one of the more slept on forms of lead generation is for sale by owner, especially if they're not advertised online and you just have a sign in the yard.
Okay, so Inconspicuous Jones, greetings. Is it best to inquire as to what type of properties that a cash buyer seeks, or is the cash buyer the one that purchases all of the properties that you have under contract?
I would love for it to be that way, but that ain't the case. You're going to have some cash buyers that, you know, they're going to buy in different areas. They're going to buy at different price points. They're going to only want to deal with a certain level of repairs. They only going to buy so many per month. So that's why you have to have your cash buyers list as deep as possible. Now, you can make a really good living on just 4 or 5 just strong cash buyers, but ideally you want more than that or whatever. And you want to try to build a cash buyer list before you get started. Text the word, I got a banner for it. Text the word cash to the number 205-964-5243. I did a recent video on that. And if you want to win $1,000, text the word STIMMY to that same number. STIMMY.
STIMMY.
STIMMY. That's why I want the shirt. You didn't know why I wanted the shirt, did you? So now you may have a better idea than what I text you.
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. So I got 5 weeks to wear shirts. So you're gonna give me 5 weeks worth?
Absolutely. We're gonna have the same thing on each one. Yes. Okay. Miss Jennifer Nicole says, hey, Flip Bestie. Hey, I missed out on possibly putting 2 properties under contract, which would have been my first deal. The owner wanted $80,000 for one and $70,000 for the second. He is a landlord and repaired. That's why I didn't put it up, but you was looking.
Okay, yeah.
He is a landlord and repaired both properties. How would I have calculated the ARV if it was already repaired? I know I'm overthinking this. LOL. I feel like I need an appraiser, even though I know it's not necessary. I didn't want to overpromise an amount that was too much.
Okay. Now the ARV, I think you're confusing that with the formula. What my girl name is?
Miss Jennifer Nicole.
Miss Jennifer Nicole.
It's our Flip Bestie.
All right. Miss Nicole, the ARV is what the house will appraise for in excellent condition. Now, if he renovated the house and did a good job on it, then, you know, whatever they appraise probably going to be the market value. But assuming even if he did that and he just was, hey, I'm tired of this or whatever, I'm about to move to the beach. I need to just get rid of these quick. He still can sell them at a discount that makes sense. It's just that if they have no repairs, using my calculator, you just put in $1 or $100 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just to make the calculator work. Or it could be 0 if you're just doing it on your own calculator or whatever. But if you're using my form, you got to put some number in there if you're using my calculator on diggerlater.com. So repairs, if they're 0, they're 0. But you're still going to do the rest of the formula. Mm-hmm. Did I answer a question?
You did. She just overthunk it a little bit.
Okay, yeah,
Overthunk
okay,
it.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I said overthunk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
can for that cash one, ain't
No, I wasn't. I was looking exactly for
Okay.
what I have up there. I got this.
you?
Because We Got You Monroe said, "What's up, Flip Man? My question is, can you handwrite a purchase and sell agreement?"
Yes.
Yes, but you can also text.
You can text the word contract to 205-964-5243.
Which is also
What you
what's
would do
on
is
your
get
screen.
what's on the screen. You would get access to the same contract that I've been using since 2003. I've been giving it away since 2008, so it's been used everywhere. And that text you'll receive back is going to show you how to fill it out for motivated sellers. It's going to show you how to fill it out for cash buyers and how to get it signed quickly electronically through email and an e-signature. Click, click, click.
Boom.
Just a
And
wealth of
just text
information.
contract. Just that quick. There you go.
Content.
Mm-hmm. There you have it, guys. All right. Hey, Rip iOS. You want to know, is anyone in Baltimore that wants to work with you? Go to Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man on Facebook. Join that group. Over how many?
60,000.
Over 60,000 people in that group. Surely someone is in Baltimore that will love to work with you. Partner in JV, and y'all get that bag. So this is a question. Hold on. Let me put this back up here first before I get twisted. Boom. All right. Does having a website, oh my, y'all let's get them started. Does having a website come off as more realistic when wholesaling, or it really doesn't matter to the seller?
It can't hurt none. You definitely, you're running a business, you really need a website. And they're so inexpensive to get. Registering the domain name, $12. A lot of times less. Sometimes you can get them for $1.
Yep.
GoDaddy, just using that as one of the places you can register. They
Mhm.
run promotions all the time. You can get them for register a domain name. And if you don't know what a domain name is, that's the actual
Web address.
Dealulator.com. That's the web address. That it's actually called the domain name.
Right.
Normally you can register those from $1 to $12. Okay. You can get a website, actually build a website for free through Wix or Weebly, some of those other services. Or you can duplicate one of my sites. I don't even care. Cashbuyer.com. That's cash with a K. You can use all the same verbiage. Just put your phone number and the city that you're in and whatever, colors, I don't care, or whatever. But you can use that as a template and say, hey, you could go to a site like Upwork.com, pay someone $50 to $100. I want a site just like this one, but I just want my information here, blah, 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 blah. Boom, that's it. So yeah, you can have a website up for basically $100.
There you have it. Hey, iOS, you just asked about someone being in Baltimore. Tila M is waving at you. She's down in that chat box. Holler at her. She's in Baltimore, and you two can partner together and get on your grind. The Real King Nino, go back to like the first 10 minutes of this video when we get done, and you'll get answers in regards to that one-on-one mentorship. He spoke about that early on in this video. So I just don't want to go back into that right now, but just go back, rewind. Once we get done here, it'll be readily available and you can watch that again. You also had a question. So I will ask your question though. How do you find hard money lenders to flip a property?
Hard money lenders are everywhere. Renikia does hard money. So if you text me hard money, I'll send you her information and she'll be glad to help you.
Okay.
But understand about hard money though, understand about hard money is that in most cases, they're gonna want a minimum of 10% down. So if it's a property that the total project with purchase and repair costs built into it, it's $100,000. They're gonna want $10,000 down at closing. Or normally they want 20. So that's 20,000 on a $100,000 loan. And sometimes they want 30%, that's 30,000. So there you go. If that's not an issue for you, then hey.
And don't tell me Google is my friend, but for those that might be new, what is a hard money lender?
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't going to tell you that. I just assume you need to always let me know how you're using terms they may not know what it is. Hard money is a form of basically private lending where they're lending money on a piece of real estate, and you're not going to go through the same hoops if you were going to a bank or a mortgage company. And it's normally going to be faster. And a lot of times, even though they may check your credit, it's more based on the property. And they're only going to lend a certain amount on the property. Normally, they're not going to lend more than 60 to 70% on the property. Sometimes they'll go higher or whatever, and then include the rehab. It just depends on the numbers. But the interest rate is going to be a lot higher than what you could get at a bank. So it's like a trade-off. You're getting speed, less hoops to jump through, but the interest rate is higher. And they normally only give you 6 months, 12 months, maybe 18 months to pay it back. But that's your intent anyway, because you're buying it to fix it and flip it, or buying it and fix it, rent it, and refinance it back out. So that's what a hard money lender is, basically.
Okay. Dang, I was going to ask you something and I forgot what it was. Okay, let's go to this question from TikTok. If my friend is doing all the marketing via Facebook ads, which isn't cheap,
Ooh.
and I close the deals, should he get 50%? Yeah.
Yeah, plus his money back.
Yeah.
Plus, you getting 50% of what's left over after he take his money back out well, okay. If you all spend $5,000 to find a deal,
Mm-hmm.
and you made, try to do some easy numbers, you made $25,000 on it. First, you're subtracting his $5,000,
Correct.
and then you all are splitting the $20,000 that's left.
Right.
Hell yeah, he's the one got something at risk.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, he might should get more than 50%.
Well, and that's if he's doing Facebook ads correctly.
Yeah, well, if they getting leads and they turn into deals,
Yeah.
he's the one taking the risk. If he ain't doing it right, he's not making money.
Right.
That's why, like, when we talk about the record business or just entertainment in general, and they say, well, this artist got screwed or whatever, did they? If I put up all the money, I don't care how good you can sing.
I want my money back.
Guess who gonna make the most money?
Me.
Me. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, I put it up. I fronted you.
Yes.
You got the
You're just the talent. I'm the business part of it. Now, if you come to the table, you can produce, you can write, and you can sing, and maybe you already have a following. Okay, now that's a different conversation. But if you just show up in my office and the only thing you can do is sing and rap, I'm gonna make the most money.
I have to market you.
I got to spend money on you just because guess what? If you flop, guess who lose that money?
I do. Me.
That's it. Ain't nothing to think about.
Yeah. Okay. What?
But most people don't know that though. They say, oh, they screwed them. No. And I ain't saying people don't get screwed sometimes. Again, but I'm just saying. Normally the person that's spending the most money make the most money.
I didn't ask the question.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Goodness gracious. DeMonte, yes. Upwork. You can go to Upwork. You can go to Fiverr, any service like that, and get someone to make web pages for you. Absolutely. Probably pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, it's very expensive to get a quality website built.
Absolutely. Okay. Oof, wow. Okay. So I'm going to ask this question here because this is from somebody named Tyler. How do you get houses to buy when the inventory is so low and the homeowner has no place to move?
Well, you're basing it on the realtor world. We really don't deal in the realtor's world, right?
Right.
We're targeting properties that are not even for sale until they either see a message of yours that say you buy houses, or they receive a message or some form of communication that says you buy houses. They're not even trying to sell it. Most of the properties that exist are not for sale. The properties that we see for sale that are online, listed with realtors, some of them for sale by owners, that's what the world, when they say there's no inventory, that's what they're talking about. That's not our world as wholesalers, for the most part.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this is a good question, and I appreciate it. Shannon Credible Store. Which is better, wholesaling or flipping properties? So first you have to understand the difference.
Well, both of them you can make money.
Yes.
Okay, let's establish
But
that.
flipping properties requires money.
But flipping properties requires money, resources, credit, and money.
Right.
Somebody's, whether it's yours or somebody's.
Going back to the hard money lenders.
They're going back to the hard money lender if you don't have the money.
Right.
Right. So now we get down to return on investment.
Mhm.
I'll just pose it to you. Would you rather be able to spend $100 and make $10,000, or spend $70,000 to make $30,000?
I'll take the $100
Because you can have a bunch of them going on at one time.
going on at one time.
Most people can't have one of those 70s going on at one time.
Yeah, because they don't have enough capital.
Yeah, you don't have enough capital.
And that's why
in order for me to have 10 of those $100 make 10,000, all I need is $1,000.
Correct.
To have 10 of those 70,000 to make 30,000, I need $700,000.
Yeah. I think people just like watching those shows.
Well, yeah, you're on HGTV or whatever.
But even if they watch like the background of it, they're like rushing, like, hey, we only got a month to do this.
Again,
you got to get the
you
money
can make
back.
money with both, but if you just base it down to just true economics and what's a better investment, it's nothing you think about.
None.
Because sometimes you'll spend zero in a wholesale transaction and make 15, 20, 30, you know what I'm saying? That's infinite. There's not even a number you could come up with as a return on investment. The numbers don't, the calculator breaks.
Mhm.
You spend zero and make, where they do that at?
Okay.
Right
and
here.
most of your buyers are going to be the ones that's flipping it. Let them
Yeah,
have
let them have the risk. Okay,
Let them
whatever.
have it. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be our last question for the evening. Guys, before we go out, make sure you are sending the word STIMMY, STIMMY, to 205-964-5243 to win possibly $1,000. 5 Gators will win $1,000 for the next 5 weeks, but you got to text that number. And starting next Thursday, we'll have our first winner. But going into Junior Alvarez's question, and this might be different for you versus me versus someone out there listening, but he wants to know what's your daily routine.
Well, I get here normally about before 8:30, in the 8-ish range. So I'm here by myself. Nobody really comes in until about 10. So I'm catching up on a lot of email stuff, returning calls, whether it's follow-ups on potential deals. If I have to go to a closing or something, maybe before the 10 or 11 o'clock range or whatever. And then when they get here, they start doing their things to relieve me. Well, I just sit around and watch TV base all day. But anyway, so
Get to that point, guys.
And they just come ask me questions. What do you think about this? That's where I have it set up or whatever. So trust me, I'm always doing something or whatever. And really, I'm not really watching because I have to pause and just keep pausing. So I'm really not watching something. But that's where I used to study. Maybe I wasn't a good student. I couldn't study unless the TV was on.
You needed noise.
I needed noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The interference, the white noise.
I needed that. So I'm still like, when we just sitting here, it's quiet. I'm like, it's too quiet in here. So anyway, so that's it. So once they get here, then I'll spend we'll do the hour thing for the flip man. Then I'll probably do another 30 minutes of content. She'll figure out what I'm supposed to do. She'll use me this. So that's about an hour and a half on the flip man stuff, and then back to the real estate stuff. So that's that's it.
Okay, so that's your routine. Let's be realistic. What would be my routine if I was serious about this? I work.
Oh well, yeah. Well, let me go back to when I was working, when I had a job.
I want both.
That's really more what you're talking about. Okay, so but I had a unique job though. It really was perfect for this because I worked a split shift. I went in at 7 a.m. and either got off at 11 or 11:30, and then have to come back until 3 or 3:30, right? And so in between times, I used to do all my real estate stuff or whatever. So in this time of year, when the daytime hours are extended to 7:30, 8 o'clock, now even if you work the 9 to 5, you still have almost 3 hours of daylight time that you can go out and view properties, drive for dollars or whatever. So now just manage. Then the weekend, if you don't do weekends or whatever for your job, then I ain't got no family, but if I had one, I do what I'm going to do, but I also have a certain amount of time dedicated to that. But I used to spend a lot of time doing my bandit because that was huge for me back then. It was bandit signs or whatever. So I was spending just a lot of time doing that and just going out looking at properties, talking to sellers, you know, voicemail. If I couldn't answer while I was at work, even if they didn't leave a message, I saw they called me. I called them and say, hey, somebody called about selling a house, and just go from there or whatever. So, you know, you just, hey, you consume with it. You know, you just consume with it. You know, you got the rest of your life, you got your job or whatever, but just literally all your spare time, you're working on your business. Because your job is paying for you to work on your business. That's where you have to look at it.
All right, there you have it. So let's see
if that
here.
made sense or not, but
It did. Smoke Cloud Gang is tapping in all the way from Egypt.
oh wow, Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay,
Egypt.
Egypt.
No. Here we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. And Keith Rome, thank you for explaining that. I saw that and I wondered. He said his text auto-corrected STIMMY to stinky. And I was like, what is that?
So he sends us some stinkers in there?
Yeah.
But he got some stinkers?
That's that one.
Okay, so yeah.
Like,
All right, but yeah, so we're about to wind up. So we're going to give away $1,000 for the next 5 weeks to 5 different people. So that's 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. That's 5.
That's fine.
All right, so text the word STIMMY, STIMMY. Don't let that autocorrect mess you up. To the number 205-964-5243. If you're on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Everything you need to know is right there on my YouTube channel. I mean, everything you need to know about this business of wholesaling houses / real estate. If you didn't get your question answered, you can always post them in the comment section of any of my YouTube videos. I answer those on a daily basis. We try to keep up with it on TikTok and Instagram, but it's a little harder because those platforms are really not set up as clean as YouTube is to get questions answered. These do go into replay mode. We'll have one tomorrow around 1-ish to 2-ish Eastern time, another daily live similar to this. So again, hey, Trump, Biden give away stimmies. Now it's my time to give away stimmies also. But my stimmy is to hopefully help you turn that stimmy into add 2 zeros to it in the next 6 months. So if you don't know what that means, it's 100,000. So, okay. But anyway, so text the word STIMMY to 205-964-5243. And Adria, take us out.
Text me and I'll text you back.
Text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
You text me, then I'll text you back.
Text me and I'll text you back.
TikTok, you don't stop.
I will help you make your paper stack.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now?
205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.